never been done before.
We the people tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We the people are the driver. The government is the car. And we decide where it should go and by what route to do. We the people are free. And I hope we have once again reminded people that man is not free unless government is limited.
Oh, there we go. Left the old picture up, got things and buttons and fingers going everywhere, and I'm not. Hello, folks. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the Canberra hotel room. What a day it's been. A very exciting day. And this is only going to be a very, very quick, short show. I'm heading out to meet up with Michael and Paul Offe. We'll have a bit of a bite to eat and discuss what's happened today. Very quickly, I can outline to you here very quickly what's happened is Paul's appeal went very well. For everybody who jumped in and offered prayers for Paul, thank you very much, and keep praying. It's not over yet. The judge asked for some clarification on quite a few issues, and they went away to get those issues. It was going pretty well for 20 minutes or so, and the clarification came back on a couple of small points regarding what the judge said by regards to instructions to the jury. I don't want to go and speak too much about it. I don't know what I can and can't say about it, given this is still in an appeal process. But it was an interesting point brought forward by one of the three judges, and the prosecution had to scramble a little bit to find those answers, and whether those answers are actually satisfactory will remain to be seen. We've still got another couple of weeks before we hear anything on this. The prosecution has 7 days to make another submission, given there were some extra things that Paul spoke about today, which were very, very salient. But for whatever reason, the prosecution failed to deduce from the pre-trial paperwork that, or the pre-appeal paperwork, that Paul was going to go down this route. He wasn't really prepared for it. And the judge gave him the opportunity, should he so desire, and he may not make a submission, but he has the opportunity to make a further submission in the next 7 days to rebut some of the things Paul said. We'll have to wait and see what happens. That also gives Paul and his team another 7 days to rebut anything from there or to make another submission on their behalf. So that's pretty much where we're standing with what's happening with Michael, Paul and the truck. For those people that think we will get the truck back immediately if this appeal is comes down in a positive way, that will not be the case. It just opens the avenue up to get the truck back. Coca are a different law unto themselves, and even when you have been proved not guilty of a crime, they can still take everything you own through a loophole or three that they've created themselves here. It's very interesting the way that it's put together. But we stand a very, very good chance, if we get through this appeal process, of being able to put Coca in a position where they will need to justify what they did. And I don't think that they can do that. And it'll be very difficult anyway. So that's the story there, Morning Glory. Now, very quickly this afternoon, we were able to leap out and go and have a look at the War Memorial. I particularly wanted to go into the new aircraft hall. There is just the front part of a Hercules hanging on the wall in there. I thought that was pretty spectacular. I didn't mind looking at the F-111 that they have in one of the areas. And across from it, there was this pretty spectacular setup as well, with a Black Hawk and an ASLAV sitting there. We did catch up with Debbie. She is certainly a spectacular piece of kit, Debbie. And of course, given that the Donkey Sanctuary have been so kind to me, we did have to go and check out Simpson and his donkey. There is the donkey, and here is Simpson. That's now been moved to an area inside, or at least behind the walls, if you like, of the museum, or the War Memorial. It was, I believe, out in the parkland before that, but it's now inside. Very easy, beautiful little area. You can sit around in there and have a coffee or a sandwich. One of the few areas you're allowed to actually have a coffee or a sandwich. You're allowed to take water around, but don't take anything else in a bottle. Very naughty, very naughty. All right, quickly, the EBS. How exciting was that today? I know many people turned their phones off and didn't choose to receive it. Oh, let me see whether or not I got a notification about it on my iPad. And I probably don't, because the iPad doesn't have a SIM card in it. So no, doesn't look like I got the notification on the iPad. However, I did get it on the phone. Tony and I were sitting down having a sausage roll at the War Memorial at the time, and there was an announcement made that, in 10 minutes' time, the EBS will be coming. Please don't panic, and you don't have to do anything. Just, be ready. Many people turned their phones off for whatever reason, and the reports that I've got, including from Chopper Dave in Brisbane. So if you ever heard a road traffic report in Brisbane, Chopper Dave is a good mate, and he sent a message through saying that, well, actually, let me read his message to you. That'll be much easier than me trying to remember it. He didn't get his at all, I don't think. There were a couple who didn't get one at all, even though their phone was turned on. And Tony was one of those. Tony's phone is old, but it may have got better or been better had it had an update, but Tony didn't do the update on it, so it's quite possible that he didn't receive it. But there were two other people with iPhone 11s sitting beside us. They didn't receive it either. And Dave, Chopper Dave, is saying, my Oz Alert notifications and iPhones were turned off. It still came through, though, when I turned them back on. Now, I've heard that is exactly the same for many people who turned the phone off at 2 o'clock or prior to 2 o'clock, but turned it on before 3 o'clock. Vince explained, and go back and watch last Friday night show, Vince explained that the message will probably go out for anywhere up to an hour after the stated time, and it will only resend, if you like, or only go to phones that haven't received it the first time round. I don't know how they tell they didn't receive it the first time round, but there you go. What did you receive? Now, here is what I received. Now, that's a screenshot taken off my phone. Test message, Oz Alert. This is a test of the Oz Alert, Australia's new emergency warning system. No action required. In an actual emergency, follow the instructions in the alert to keep yourself and others safe. Visit the alert website for more information, yada, 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 yada. Okay, yawn, probably what we were expecting. However, I know now half a dozen people who received this message instead. Do you think that's a little strange? A presidential alert. Text message, Oz Alert. This is a test of the Oz Alert system. Australia's new no action required. It's exactly the same message, except it has this presidential alert to it. Interestingly, and I don't know whether this is any kind of a salient point or just weird coincidence. Is there a coincidence? At this point in time, all 6 people that I know that have received that presidential message are females. No males have received that message. Well, it is coming from Donald Trump after all, sexist thing he is. He's just looking for us good Aussie girls. Us good Aussie girls? You good Aussie girls. That's probably the better way of describing it. I don't know. Anyway, take that for what it is. I thought it a bit interesting, though, that that message has turned up on a number of phones today. Now, if you're a bloke and have got it, I'm keen to hear. You don't have to send me the message, but if you did get a presidential alert, I'd be keen to know, because so far it doesn't seem to be restricted to a region or a state even. Someone in Canberra, I know, received that presidential message. 2 people in Queensland that I know received the presidential message. 2 people in Victoria and 1 in New South Wales. So it's out there. It's a bit weird, don't you think? Why would the Oz Alert system put out 2 different messages? Don't know. These are questions we'll see and wait and see if the mainstream media are going to ask. because I'm sure maybe a female in the mainstream media got a message that said presidential alert, although being the mainstream media, they'd probably just put that down to an administration foobar and or snafu and move on, because it works better for their brain that way. I personally find something a little exciting about that message. Just between you, me, and the gatepost. All right, got to go, folks. I'm running, what time is it? I'm running 15 minutes late for where I need to be, and I'm 20 minutes away from where I need to be. So thank you very much for your support. Paul and Michael Offe are going to come on with me for another little chat. It will only be on the youtube.com/VOF or @VOF channel, because it will be coming direct from my phone unless I can get a hold of Vince, and we'll set something up through him. But at this stage of the game, it'll probably be only off my phone. We'll endeavour to go and catch up with the boys for a bite to eat and get their feeling on how today went. I know that they personally want to thank everybody who have offered prayers and assistance to them over this time, and it's just been amazing to see the outpouring of love for them. So thank you to everybody who's been part of that. God love you all, and stay safe on the roads. The dickheads are out there, and see you a little later on with the Offe brothers.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up.
Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life.
It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back.
Does anybody else want to stay?
Let's rock!